And this is why I cut so much on my videos, 'cause I do mistakes just like this. I do mistakes all the time, but you don't know 'cause I cut, because it's called editing. Yeah. Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I am in the account of Mosef over there. That's where it is. We're actually live on stream right now. I spent today working on this account, and I figured let's just go ahead, put it together for you guys. I'll show you what we're doing here. So he came to me asking for a Ultra Nightmare team that was going to be consistent 3-key, 3 or 2 key team, and something that can work on Nightmare as well. That's what we've done, and I just kind of want to explain exactly what we're doing. This is a comp that I've highlighted before, I've shown it a couple times, but I've seen a lot of people kind of run into some issues with this, so I'm just going to show this again, and hopefully kind of, walk through some issues some people might be having. Now, on his account, he's got a lot of good champions, but most notably, he's got 2 Maneaters. So with 2 Maneaters and not the kind of gear that can get you to like a 2-1 type of composition, a Batman type of team, what we're going to do instead is we're going to build him a slow double Maneater team. Now, what's great about this is it works equally well on Nightmare as it does on Ultra Nightmare. You only have to swap one little piece of gear. So as you guys can see, we've got both of our Maneaters here set. This is our slow Maneater going at 216 speed. And now, one of the things you guys want to know is that these Maneaters can move at multiple speeds and work on Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare, but it's all relative. So the fast Maneater you want at 218, the slow Maneater about 215, but it's going to be in time with your fastest DPS champion. So that's kind of what's happening. So this one is actually set up very similar to the double tower team I did only a few days ago. So because of that, the speeds are a little bit relative. So you might not see these exact speeds on the website. Just know that you can take the speeds of this composition and manipulate them a little bit to get to where you want. There will be notes to kind of explain that to you. Okay, so we've got both of our Maneaters here after I realized I had to do a little bit of regearing to get the set. We got this one. This is our slow one. He's at 215 speed. You can see right here. I did build him with accuracy, and I'll explain why when we get into the run. We've got a good crit rate, damage, all that jazz is working with him. We just swap out the helmet for something a little bit slower, and we're going to work on Nightmare too. Fast Maneater here. Again, 218 speed, just like we're supposed to do. The Masteries, you can see they both have defensive, offensive Masteries. Nothing too special there. Now, for our other champions, our DPS champions, we have Rosin, obviously offensive, defensive Masteries, and we have him going lots of mix-up. We actually have him going pretty fast here. This is going to ensure that he goes first when he attacks to get the decreased defense and weaken. Place that up first, and that should stay on our champions for the full fight. Now, we are going to be going against weak affinity, so he's actually not going to hit as hard as possible, and those debuffs aren't going to land as much as possible, so just keep in mind, we're going to do a lot more damage against Void than we will against the green affinity. We also are going to bring in Septimus here. We have him going slowest, so we can hopefully extend all the buffs after they're placed. 100% crit rate, damage, and the accuracy to extend those debuffs. And then the very last person we're bringing in is Cult Brawler. Now, if you're obviously, Cult Brawler is going to be great against every affinity except for blue affinity, in which case you'd probably want to bring in a different champion. Zavia would work great, Frozen Banshee would work great. Lots of options there. And so there you go. 176 speed, he's in between them on the speed. So those are the speeds of the champions. That's what we decided to go with. Could have done a traditional clan boss team, but obviously I like doing, I don't like doing the Unkillable, but I think it's the best version for this account right here. With a lack of gear, traditional clan boss teams can be challenging, and since we're already doing Ultra Nightmare, I'd like to stay there and really just take it to the next level. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a quick run. We're going to run this on Ultra Nightmare, show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, how to set this up, how to make it work. Then we'll do the same thing on Nightmare, show you guys, again, how to set this up, how to make it work, and yeah. Let's jump into it. Okay, guys, so you can see the chat's still talking above me. You have to deal with that. That's what happens when we go live. I'll take myself off the screen in a little bit here so we can actually just watch the run. But as we go in, all you have to do, go to my website. In fact, let me show you really quickly here. As we go over to the website, you can see I have the slow double Maneater team here. It's under the Unkillable listing. All you got to do is follow the instructions here. They make it very simple. On turn 0, we don't use Ancient Blood. Turn 1, the fast Maneater goes. Turn 4, the slow Maneater places it. And turn 7, we apply it on the second hit, and at that point, pretty much we're in tune. We just need to keep it going all the way through. And if you want to see a visual with the new clan boss, the new calculator, this is it. You can see actually exactly how this works, right? So I've set it up, obviously, you know, I set it up as delays so that once we're in tune, not the full setup, because you can't do delays midway. But you can see turn 7 here, this is where we fall into tune. You can see the fast Maneater places the unkillable on their second turn. Everybody's unkillable through turn 8, and then into turn 9 it falls off everybody, but the second Maneater places their unkillable. Everyone stays unkillable, and it repeats itself all the way through the run. Very easy to see visually with the calculator, and very easy to plug in all the speeds. So that's it. You can also see when we go down to Nightmare eventually, all we have to do is drop this Maneater 1 or 2 speeds, and we are suddenly in tune here as well. Going back to the run, guys, going back to what we can do here, let's go ahead and begin. So like I said, to start, what we're not going to do is use this. I'm actually going to use the A1 here, try to get that decreased attack. The reason why is we do have to sustain up until about turn 6 or 7 until we get into the tune. And so that's going to help us survive a lot longer. Definitely a little bit more dangerous without doing that. So try and get the decreased defense and weaken going. Let Septimus do some work. They're all just basically going to hit at this point. And this is a fast Maneater right here. We're going to go ahead and place the unkillable. If we can, there it goes. And then slow Maneater is going to go. There we are. Now, if you're using a champion like Vizier, it might benefit you to build your champions a little bit tankier so you don't keep that decreased attack buff on the full time. And that is something that's going to be popping on and off for us. I think it's worth the risk of that, and it's not worth dealing with, just to make sure that we survive into that unkillable until we're fully unkillable. There's no point risking your run just to eke out just, you know, a few 100,000 more damage or something. So I figure that at this level, that's going to make more sense. Just kind of keep it going here. We're waiting for turn count 4 before we place that second unkillable. So we're just trying to manual all the way through on that. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of keeping it going here. And here we're going to place the unkillable from the slow Maneater. Perfect. And now basically all we have to do is make sure we can get to turn 7, and we'll be totally safe. So there's going to be one more attack that we are going to have to survive from the clan boss. Obviously keeping that decreased attack down is going to be really helpful in doing that. And so that's definitely something we're going to want to look to do. You can also see, like, the Maneaters aren't exactly really full health, so you know, trying to get them, keep them up as much as possible is going to be pretty important here. All right, here we go. This turn count 6. We have one more turn to go. Get that decreased attack to land. So making sure that Maneater survives is going to be crucial to this. If he dies, we'll just have to restart the run. But he should be able to survive this exactly right like that, no problem. Now, second attack. So first attack, A1. And at this point, everybody's just going to use their skills as they come up. Here we go. Here we go. One more time. And there you go, the unkillable. At this point, we are unkillable. Now, the only thing I need to do is delay a little bit with this Maneater, because we don't want him using it on the first attack next turn. We want him using it on the second attack. So to really do this run, you need to manual all the way through turn count 9 on Ultra Nightmare, all the way through turn count 8 on Nightmare. We got some nice visuals from the chat. I love that. It's great. We're almost there, guys. All right, turn count 9. That's the first attack. Here we go. And actually, we already did the first attack. That means he's going to use his unkillable automatically when we click auto, like I am right now. And we're going to be fully unkillable. It's going to be a full 50 turn run. Let me, at this point, just go ahead and take myself off the screen, and I'll let you guys kind of, we'll probably just, I think what we'll do is we'll just jump towards the end of this, because there's not really a whole point watching all this. So yeah, enjoy. All right, guys, there we go. 31.12 million damage. I mean, pretty good, I think. Definitely a very solid 3-key team, and probably one of our worst affinities because Rosin is just getting weak hits, and we don't land that decreased defense and weaken. That becomes a bit of a problem. Obviously, affinity matters with this stuff, right? On Void, I'm pretty sure this is a 2-key team. We're darn close to it, if not quite there. We could also switch out Septimus for a Vizier, and that's probably going to give us more consistent damage output and led to a, I would say, better result overall. At least more consistent result overall. Maybe a lower threshold of damage, but probably more consistent. That matters, right? So that's pretty good. I do want to show you guys a Nightmare run. I'm probably just going to show you guys the setup for it. And then, again, we'll cut to the damage so you can see what we actually do at the end of it. But yeah, this is, I'm pretty happy with this, I'd say. Okay, guys, so here we are trying the Nightmare Clan Boss. I did make the small switch to change the helmet on the slow Maneater, so we are at the right speed, about 211 speed. Didn't really change anything else with the build. This is going to be Void, so we can kind of see what this would do against Void with Septimus in there instead of Vizier, which should be pretty exciting. So now one of the great things about doing Nightmare as opposed to Ultra Nightmare is on Nightmare, we all go before the Clan Boss does. And like the turn order and preparation, it's almost identical, right? We're still going to use our A1s. We're not going to use the Unkillable to start with the Maneaters. We can get Rosin's decreased defense and weaken up before the AoEs, which is always helpful. And then we can just start laying on the damage, right? And go ahead and hit them hard to begin with. And great thing about starting like this, Septimus is going to start extending those debuffs, which is great. Fast Maneater, Unkillable on the first, on turn count 1. You can see the turn count right up there. And then everybody else is just going to kind of go and do their thing. So let's go ahead and set this up, and I'll kind of keep pausing it when we get to the spots we need to be at. So okay, here we go. Turn count 4 is what we're waiting for. So we're still going, still going. So obviously we have to navigate that first stun, but it doesn't matter. Shouldn't hit the Maneaters. That is one thing, and even if it does, it's okay because we haven't used this Unkillable ability yet, and we're not going to just yet. We're still going to wait till turn count 4 to be able to put that up. Alright, so this is turn count 4. We're going to use the Unkillable ability here with the slow Maneater. Maneater, there it is. Unkillable is up. Block debuffs is up. Everybody's good to go. There's a stun. Alright, now, turn count 6. We need to take a 2 double turn here with this Maneater. And it's on the second attack with the fast Maneater. We're going to put up the Unkillable buff, and we're good to go. So, almost there, almost there. And here goes the Unkillable and block debuffs. Set there. Now, just kind of finish up everything here. And, oh, actually, look. Because we waited till turn count 4 for the slow Maneater, we're actually, the timing's perfect. So he's going to get a double attack here. When that second attack comes up, we're going to be able to use that. So really, right after turn count 6, we can go ahead and click auto, and everything's going to work perfectly. So that's it. That's the build. That's the team. Pretty smooth. Let me, I'll just leave this here, and I'm going to jump right to the end. I'm just going to show you the damage to kind of try and keep this a little, well, I'll show you the last little bit of the stuff. The chat likes putting up fun things in there. You might want to watch. All right, guys. See you in a second. Okay, one key nightmare team on Void. Obviously, Affinity is probably going to have a negative impact on that, but you can see the potential of this team. And so there you go. One of the best things about this particular composition is you can easily swap champions in and out depending on if you draw somebody new or if you, just get better gear, upgrading stuff. There's a lot of flexibility with this particular team. Okay, guys, there you go. As you can see, there's a 3-key Ultra Nightmare team and very close to 1-key Nightmare team, kind of depending on RNG. So this is, I think, a very, very good result. It's an excellent speed tune. It does take a little bit of setup, so you have to be patient enough to do that. But once you do, I mean, this works so well for so many people. And definitely it has the potential to 2-key Ultra Nightmare consistently and to 1-key Nightmare consistently. So depending on your champions, depending on the gear, depending on the builds, you can absolutely get there. But I'm very happy with this. I know that Mosef is going to be very happy with this as well. And so thanks for doing that. If you guys want count takeovers like this or some coaching for your count, hit up my Patreon. Don't forget to check out the new calculator, right? Do you want to see me do these kinds of builds? Catch me on stream on Twitch. I'm there 3 or 4 days every single week, so definitely check me out on that. All my socials are down below, guys. You can definitely hit me up there. Make sure to check out the website. Till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. Thanks, guys.